let me tell you something about the throne of God. Hebrews 4:16. Let's look at it quickly. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace. We obtain mercy there, and we find grace to help in time of need. Beloved, if you come to the throne of grace, the throne of God, what do we find there, sir? What do we find in this throne, sir? We find mercy. That lion will not consume us. That lion is for us. What we find in the throne of grace, how should we come to the throne of grace? How? Boldly. You see, the boldly is not having boldness in your own confidence, but you have boldness in the confidence that when you get there, I will find mercy. You see, a lot of people misinterpret this scripture. They say, let us come boldly. Then they just come. Even though I'm a sinner, I just come boldly. No, it's not about your boldness. It's that the boldness is that when we come to the throne of grace, I am so sure, like the prodigal son. The prodigal son in Luke 15. The prodigal son, he said, I know if I go back to my father's house. I know. It's boldness. It's not having boldness in his iniquity. It's not having boldness in what he has done. But it's having boldness in what the father will do. So he said, let us come boldly to the throne of grace. He said, when you come to the throne of grace, even though all of these beasts are there, but what we find there, sir, is mercy. Mercy. And we will find grace to help in time of need. I say again, the boldness we use, or the boldness at which we approach the throne of grace, it is not your boldness. It is the boldness in what God will do. It is a boldness that we know that there is mercy. We know that there is grace to help us in time of need. How many of us have need? Now, when I say need, I'm not just talking about having cars and building houses. I'm saying we need. Let me show you something in that same Hebrews chapter 4 from verse 15. He said, the high priest we have, he knows what we are feeling because he has also passed through it. He has also passed through infirmities. He knows the feelings of our infirmities. But in all points, he was tempted, but he was without sin. That is the help that we need. We need an high priest that we can go to and say, high priest, teach me, how did you do it? Do you understand what I'm saying? We need an high priest that we can also approach and say, high priest, how did you do it when you were on earth? That you were tempted. Temptation came, but you are without sin. So in answer, we need mercy and we need help. We need to find grace to help us so that all these infirmities, all this temptation that is going around us, that we also will be without sin. Then we find mercy. Then we find grace to help in time of need. The time of need is the time of temptation. The time of need is when you want to look back. You say, how you will not go back to the world? It's when you come to the throne of grace. When you come to the throne of God, what you obtain is mercy.